Welcome to Get to Know Glasgow, the podcast that tells you what you need to know about student life at the University of Glasgow from those who know it best. In this series, 4 undergraduate and postgraduate students will share their Glasgow journeys.
I'm Ash.
Hey, I'm Danielle.
I'm Jaquine.
And I'm Victor.
In each episode, we'll be sharing our experience
and giving you our top tips
on everything from student accommodation to funding options,
so you'll know what it's really like to be part of Team U of G.
Let's get started.
Guys, how pretty is our main campus, especially the main building? Like, I'm literally obsessed with the Hogwarts vibe of our building. What do you think?
Yeah, every time I go there, it's just like, I'm always shocked. I've been here for almost 3 years now, and every time I step there, it's like, ooh, do I really study at this place?
No, it's an amazing feeling. Like, I see people, when I say people, I mean like professional photographers on campus, literally every time.
Yep.
3 a.m.? Why are you clicking pictures on campus at 3 a.m.?
Just the other day, like, I think it was like 2 days ago, I went down to the main campus to take care of some business, and there was like a full-on like a diva act happening. Like there were these 4 girls, and like they looked like the Spice Girls. Like they were dressed like, I don't know if they were a band or just, you know, models, but there was some professional stuff going down.
I've seen weddings, graduations, literally so many things, especially during summer. So many things on campus. The building's such a vibe, for real.
Yeah, it's just so nice to sit like on the benches, like near the cloisters, and just zone out. Like, I'll just love doing that because you actually forget at times you're in university. It's just the vibe is so nice. Obviously, when it's better when it's on a nice day. But you can still wear brolly and you still get a sort of vibe, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the main building, I always walk past it and I always find something new, like, you know,
same.
in the architecture or just like wee bits and things that you can find when you're just wandering about.
I was going to say that I also like how in the 3 years I've been here for the main campus, you still don't touch every single point of the main building. Because I've been in like certain areas, but then I keep on walking and there's like so many more places.
Rooms
like when, especially you go for an exam, for example, and it's in one of those rooms and I'm like, I've never been here before. I didn't even know this existed.
The secret exam room.
That is crazy. I literally just had a presentation in the main building and I was like literally sending pictures to my friends. I was like, guys, look at my uni. How pretty is it? I was like, why can't we have every lecture on main campus?
And the possibilities, like, not just for you know, plain studying. Like, about 3 or 4 months ago, I got my first telescope, which is something that I've been wanting for a long time in my life. And I was dying to use it. And the first place that I took it was like, I don't know how, like there's a viewpoint, like, in front of the main building that just faces Kelvin Grove Park. And I just took my telescope there with my friends, and we did this thing that I like to call an astro picnic. We just, you know, took some snacks and the telescope.
I love that.
It was a beautiful clear night, and we got to see like Jupiter and Saturn from like the main campus.
That is crazy.
Yes. And that was amazing.
Do you know, funnily enough, other than like, it's still an older building, but one of my favourite classes, and I've been in this class since first year, right? And it's the same room. And at first I was like, oh my God, I want to see more of the uni. But I became like so accustomed to University Gardens, number 11. We're in the, it's like just a media room with loads of computers. But obviously University Gardens used to be homes. It used to be where people live. And the class I'm in clearly was a living room or something like that, because there's a fireplace. Wow. And it's just, you do go in and you forget like it used to be a house, but then when I just actually zone out and look about, I'm like, this is a living room. I'm like doing my classes in a living room, and then when you actually look about and go up the stairs and stuff, you can imagine how it used to be. And I just love that character with a lot of the older buildings within the uni, because there's something really cozy about it. Like, and I do find myself, this sounds so cheesy, but I always find myself sometimes walking about, especially in like 11 University Gardens, and then I was in number 2 recently as well. That's beautiful. because they've got like almost like a big. It must have been like a big dining room. It's got this big wood floor and it's just huge. And I walked through it and I was just looking about and I thought, God, I love it here. I love this uni. And it's just so exciting, you know, finding all these wee places and just knowing that once someone was just walking through there in their slippers and their nightgown. And now I'm learning on it.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Speaking of which, I was going to ask you, what are your favorite places on campus?
Ooh, I right now I feel like I have explored the campus so much, and at the same time I feel like there's so much that I don't know about it. And I feel like my favorite place kind of changes. It shifts over time. Like right now I feel like I've become the ambassador for Garscube campus. Just because it's so close to the place where I stay. And like, of course, Garscube campus is mostly dedicated to veterinary students. But like it's free, it's open to any student, for any student to use. So at some point, as I was doing my dissertation, I just started, to use Garscube. Yeah, I just started, to go to Garscube campus and use the study spaces there instead of going to the library, which was my go-to place before. And I've just created such an intimate relationship with that, because it's a really nice place to go and just sit and study. And but it's also really nice, just to go take a walk and, be, and kind of get connected with the green side of Glasgow. So, yeah.
I was going to ask you, Victor, I've heard that Garscube campus has horses in it because it's related to the veterinary sciences.
Yeah, it's like, so the main place where I used to go to study is the Mary Stuart building, I want to say. I think that's it, which is the building that has, the study spaces. But right next to it, there's places, with horses and cows, and you just walk by them, and it's really cute.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I really want to go see them. I've never got a chance, but I really want to go.
Yeah, everyone should.
Do you ever go to the reading room?
I literally live in the reading room. It's just because I have friends from other uni who like studying with me, and we can't get into the library because we need the card for it, and especially because reading rooms like open for all. It's more of a social area for me now rather than just like studying.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I love how they have those massive radiators. It's literally toasty. We just like sit, I kid you not.
For such a big open space.
I know.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I literally like sit next to the radiator and I've had sessions of debrief with my friends, just like sitting, warming our hands and chatting.
But I just like it because it's dead different, isn't it? It's just this big round room and it's all open plan pretty much. And it just feels, it's just got a vibe about it, very different to the library. I feel like the library is much more, I would say cozy, but so is the reading room, but in its own way.
Yeah.
It feels, you do feel a lot more like awake in the reading room.
It's the vibes.
I think it kind of, it's a totally like wake up vibe. So if you're ever feeling like you're at the end of your study and you still need to push through, I would head to the reading room because it's bright and it's airy, and it's a nice place to visit as well for your studies.
For me personally, I think like seeing loads of people studying while you're studying kind of like motivates me. I'm like, when they can do it, why can't we do it? Like, why are you sitting on your phone, Ash? Get off your phone and get some work done.
I feel like that's what the ARC building does for me. Like, just yesterday I sat down there and I needed to get, some serious stuff done with my PhD application that I've been, procrastinating on forever, and just being surrounded by, other PhD students who were like, they're being super serious about their projects. I was like, okay, I felt inspired. And at the same time, it's a really, nice and cozy place to be. So, yeah.
I think about ARC, it's not just like the study spaces, it's also about the cafe. Because the cafe is very well equipped with like desserts or like food or like literally whatever. And
it's almost intimidating, like the level of food that they have there.
I know, like I need to tell myself, Ash, it's not a 5-star restaurant, it's a uni campus. I was also gonna say, since you said, Victor, about how you change your favorite study spaces on campus according to the season, that's literally me. Because like I used to be such a library kid during the exam season, but lately I've been going quite a lot to the JMS. I think one is
Yeah,
honestly,
I love
no,
the
same,
GMS.
honestly. Because one, I think it's the study space. Two, it's a good place to like socialize, meet friends.
Yeah.
Just like even like go say hi to people. Three, the food, literally like an entire floor is a cafe. And there
Yes.
are like three or four
Mhm.
different
Yeah.
kinds of cafes, so much variety. And then every like there's so many things about the James McEwen Smith Learning Hub that I absolutely love. And I have all my lectures there. So I'm literally living in the building.
I like that sense of like community that comes with the JMS.
Yeah, the hustle and the
'Cause it's like-
bustle. I like that.
Yeah, because I have my headphones on, but I can also hear people in the crowd, and I'm listening to lo-fi music while I'm trying to
Yeah.
study, and I'm like, this feels so good. It's like a cafe, but
Yeah,
expanded.
totally. It's good as well. Then GMS, you can book out the rooms using the app.
Yes.
Sometimes, so if you want to do like a big study group with friends or whatever, you can just go on the University of Glasgow Life app and just book a room and see if you get one. So good. Like I love
Yeah.
those new rooms that you can book. And it just feels like I don't know. I like it because there's a lot of variety. Your quiet floor as well. I know the library has that and stuff, but you've got a choice when you study there. You know.
Have you guys been to the Clarice Pierce building, by the way, the new one that just opened?
I haven't. I've not been
No,
in. I
I
walk past
haven't.
it every single day, and I've not popped in yet. So I'll need to go in because I see it says "Dogs Welcome"
That is so
on the
cool.
door. Yeah, so it says "Dogs Welcome." I don't have a dog. It's a cat, so it doesn't apply to me.
I'm sure the cats
But
are
it means I
well.
might have a chance of seeing a dog. Yeah. So, is there any tips that you would give to folk coming to Glasgow University, or tips and tricks?
I've got a really good one. Actually, see the JMS, the James McEwen Smith Learning Hub, on level 7.
Mhm.
The kind of selfies you can get there is unreal. I think it's the Wednesdays from 2 to 4. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they open it for some
Mhm.
certain time every Wednesday, the balcony bit. And the pictures from there are unreal. In fact, my LinkedIn profile picture is from that balcony.
I would say that all of your classes are spread out throughout campus, so don't expect to be on one specific building. There are some degrees where you'll have most of your classes in one building, but in different floors, but you're going to be sent in and out of different parts of campus. Like, I'll have, like, for example, last year, I had one in the main building, and then I had one in the Adam Smith building, which is go all the way past the library, and then you go to the Adam Smith building, and then you have to go back to University Gardens, and you're just hopping
over.
around the campus, and it's like every single day of the week. You're never in one place.
I will be honest.
Yeah.
As a wee sort of like trick, and this is super lazy, right? But say if you're running late and you've got in a really early class, you can sort of cheat sometimes, get the subway one stop.
That's such a good.
So
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I do that sometimes. Like if I wake up really late and I've got an early class, I'm like, I'm just going to get the subway to Kelvin Bridge, especially when I had a
Yeah.
class in St Andrews building.
Mm.
I used to just go.
Yeah, I only get the subway to go to St. Andrews for my classes. I don't
definitely.
that's the only time. Otherwise, like I'm walking most of
Yeah.
the time. Also mostly because I kind of want to save money. And I
I
don't want
know,
to spend I don't want to spend my time on the subway all the time. Yeah, you can also use the bus as well, because I know the 4 and 4A bus and the 15, they just go straight into University Avenue. So it's like one straight line going all the way to the GU. It also goes straight to St. Andrew's building as well. So you can just hop on. And I highly recommend for people to have a Young Scots card so that anybody under 22 gets their bus travel free across Scotland. It also works for if you want to travel outside of Glasgow and go to Edinburgh or something by bus, then you can use that and you get your travel free. But yeah, so just it goes all the way across University Avenue straight and then into the city center.
I cannot agree with you anymore because like God bless Young Scott card. Like the number of bus journeys that I've done with the Young Scott card is unreal. For real.
I guess my top tip would just be maybe if you feel like you don't use like the main campus, the main historic campus enough, consider given the chance to attend the Music in the University events. So right now, I think they have concerts every lunchtime concerts every Thursday, and also student concerts every Monday. And they're usually at the concert hall, which is right at the main campus. And there are some concerts at the chapel, so it's a really nice excuse for you to just be at the main campus and also enjoy really, really nice concerts. So yeah.
I know we're talking loads about campus, but I think as well it's really important kind of as a student to take a wee bit of time away from campus and enjoy the sort of the areas surrounding it. So I would say one of my tips is just what I like to do is Botanic Gardens is a lovely place. So on a really, really nice day, the rare nice day that you get in Glasgow, head up there, get out a blanket, take some snacks with you, do a bit of reading, whether that be personal reading or reading for your classes, and then make the most of, Byres Road, Great Western Road, you've got Ashton Lane, really, really close to the campus, which do the best food, any kind of cuisine that you could honestly imagine. You know, there's places in the city centre as well. If you want to branch out, just get a subway. It's like 4 stops, 10 minutes. But I think it's really important. Yeah, campus is great. Make the most of it, but get out and try all these different places, because it kind of opens like your eyes to a lot of different kind of cultures and stuff like that as well. I've certainly learned that from kind of living in Partick. I now make it a thing to go to Hot Pot all the time, which is a really nice experience. It's like one of my favourite things. A friend of mine came up from London to say hi, and we had a bit of a work meeting as well, and he'd never been to Hot Pot, and that was the first place I took him, and he absolutely loved it, and it was a total different cultural experience that, we're really lucky to have being in the University of Glasgow and this area as well, I think. So yeah, I would really recommend just exploring.
I agree with you so much. It's so hard to believe how our campus is literally connected to almost everything. The West End, the City Centre, Partick, or even the Botanics, or it's the perfect location to be in the middle of literally everything. And I love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make the most
For
of
real.
it. So you've got Kelvin Grove, Botanics, you've got all the museums, you've got Kelvin Grove Art Gallery Museum, Transport Museum, and this is all literally within, a 15-minute walk?
Even less, maybe.
From the campus?
Yeah.
Even less.
Also the shopping opportunities as well. You have grocery shops, you have charity
shops.
shops and thrift stores, you have bookshops, there's literally Waterstones right near campus as well.
It's so good. And there's really, really good patisseries as well, if you like cake.
Yes.
Have you tried the Portuguese Patis Lisboa?
Oh, yeah.
They do the little Portuguese tarts. Mwah.
We hope this episode has been useful. If you're interested in finding out more, you'll find the links you need in the show notes, and you can visit glasgow.ac.uk/get to know Glasgow. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.